Can you guess what is inside this box that I've received yesterday? I'll give you a hint. It's a product that is bigger than what previous models used to be, and the company making this product has been rumored lately to have some critical financial problems. Got it? Let's unbox it. Yes, I was talking about the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. I received this box just yesterday, just in time for my trip to Madeira Island today, where I will be covering the CMAS World Cup and Madeira Open, which will take place next week. So the timing is perfect, and I'm really looking forward to taking the GoPro Mission 1 Pro with me on that trip, and I'll have some time to just play around with it a little bit, get a feel for it, and to see for myself what this camera is capable of doing underwater and whether or not the hype that has come along with this camera is justified. But for today's video, I really just want to unbox it with you guys, have a first look at it, and well, just kind of satisfy our curiosity regarding the GoPro Mission 1 Pro and the underwater housing that comes along with it. So let's switch to the overhead camera and have a look at what is inside this little box here. So let's open that box up. Here we go. And inside here we have the underwater housing for one, and then I'm guessing this is the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. So box to the side, and let's have a look at the camera first. Let's open that up. I'm not very good in unwrapping parcels, as you can see. I usually just rip them open. And voila, here we go. The GoPro Mission 1 Pro. Very exciting. Very standard GoPro packaging. And down here we have the option to open it up properly. Yeah, that's very typical GoPro packaging. Camera must be updated before you can use it. We get some documentation in there, subscribe, some stickers, some more information, and like a little manual, I'm guessing. So all the usual stuff. And then inside here we have a USB-C to USB-C cable. I'm guessing that's for charging the camera. We have their new Enduro 2 battery, which is said to be much stronger than the previous batteries used on the GoPro Hero 13 and the previous models. And we have some attachment options there. We have, oh, this is the lens guard. Then you've just got your typical GoPro mounts and stuff in here. And then, last but not least, voila, our GoPro Mission 1 Pro. Actually looks quite a bit bigger than regular GoPro cameras. I'll show you a quick comparison shot here of this to a regular GoPro, like one of the Hero series. So let's open that up, remove all these stickers. All right, let's get all that stuff out of our way. This as well, and here it is. Open that one. It seems like the screen is a little bigger, and it also seems like, look at these buttons. They really do stick out quite a bit. Don't know how well you can see this, but they stick out quite a bit. And they do actually have a bit more of a haptical touch to it. I heard that on some unboxings, some reviews I saw from other creators, that the buttons are much nicer, and I can confirm that from like a first impression. Do not open, mic drain, not a door. Okay, so it's not to be opened. Then in here we have the battery compartment, the micro SD card compartment, and the USB Type-C connection for, I guess, charging the GoPro. Well, that's nice. So that looks all okay. Let's put the battery in there and see what will happen there. Alright, put that in there. Let's see if it's gonna turn on. Let's see if they shipped it with, yes, some juice in that battery. It is turning on. Mission 1 Pro. Alright, and now I probably just have to go through all the setup and use, I'm guessing, the GoPro app to set up the Mission 1 Pro, so I'm not gonna bore you with that. We'll just skip forward and I'll be back with you in a moment once the camera is set up, and we'll have a quick look at the menus. Alright, that was actually a pretty easy process to set up the GoPro Mission 1 Pro. There was a bit of a disconnection at one point with the software, and I had to re-enter the app and reconnect to the camera, but other than that it went all well, and now we are set. The camera is working, and it seems like the menu system is pretty much the same as we are used to with GoPros, the recent ones. So yeah, it looks all pretty familiar when we look at all the things in here. I'm not really gonna go through everything now because I just need some time to actually get myself familiar with all the different things that are in here, because I haven't really used GoPros, to be quite honest, in a while, simply because I didn't find them to be the best option to film underwater in recent times. But this might change now with the Mission 1 Pro, so I'm curious and very open to give this a proper testing and a try and see what it's like. As a first impression, this looks alright. So you have your 8K, up to 60 frames per second. That's actually not bad. 8K 60, I'm liking that, so I'll definitely be trying out that. And I'm also curious to see what it can do in like the really high frame rates. But yeah, we'll test all that out in due time. Now, what I'm curious to find out as well is how it fits into the underwater housing, because I got that one here as well, because obviously the GoPro has a different form factor now, the Mission 1 Pro, compared to the other cameras. And while it was updating, I just pulled out a few of my older cameras, action cameras, to give you a bit of a comparison. Here you can see it, this GoPro Mission 1 Pro, and then this is a older GoPro Hero 9, but all the following GoPro Heroes, they're the same size, so you can just basically see how different they are. Especially the camera lens module is really sticking out a lot here compared to older cameras. Like from the size, other than that, they're not this much different. It is heavier and it is bigger, obviously, but it's not an immense difference. You can maybe see it best if I put it like this, and then I'll give you a comparison here. Put it a little more into the center of the frame here for you guys, more like this. And then we also have the Osmo Action 5 Pro and the Insta360 Ace Pro, not the 2 but the 1. So it gives you a bit of a size comparison. Also, if I turn them around like this, you can kind of see the difference in these cameras. So yeah, the GoPro Mission 1 Pro is definitely the biggest one of them, especially the lens module is really very prominently sticking out of that camera. But yeah, this just as a first kind of comparison size-wise with these cameras. let's put those away again, and let's have a look at the underwater housing. And that's gonna kinda wrap up our quick unboxing of today. So for the underwater housing, how is this wrapped? Oh wow. Oh wow, this comes in 2 different parts. This is interesting. Oh no, it doesn't. What is this? Is this like a... Oh, what is this? This is interesting. Skeleton backdoor for touch access. That is interesting. So this means that you can have this on. It says here not recommended for underwater use. Oh, so I get it. So this is if you want to use the housing, the underwater housing, if you just want to use it as a housing to protect the camera itself, but still want to have touch capability on the touch screen, you can exchange the backdoor, which this one is obviously solid, so you can't use the touch screen as normal when you're underwater. And this one has that middle part here cut out. I don't know if you can actually see this, but this middle part here is actually cut out, which means that you can use the touchscreen as per normal, but it's obviously not good for underwater use because it's not sealing your housing properly. It's really just protecting it from scratches and all that sort of stuff. But it's actually a nice feature that they're including this. I don't really see where I would be using it, to be honest, because I'm intending on using the GoPro Mission 1 Pro mainly underwater. But, well, hey, there's definitely people out there that will make use of this and that will be grateful to have this included in the packaging. And then you have your regular mounts that come along with the underwater housing. And the underwater housing itself is a fair bit bigger, obviously, as well, simply because of that bigger lens on the Mission 1 Pro. So let's open that up and let's fit it in there. Oh, it's a really tight fit. Wow. Am I doing something wrong? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything that needs to be... Wow, this is a really tight fit. I can't even get it out without actually shaking the housing. I'm a bit surprised here. I wasn't expecting that. It's a really tight fit. Anything that I need to take off before I can put it in the housing? Don't think so. Now what is... Okay. Now everything is closed properly. There's nothing sticking out. Well, so I'm guessing that this is just really... They've made the housing a really tight fit, trying to keep it as small as possible. And here you go. That's your GoPro Mission 1 Pro in its underwater housing. Turns on. And then do you have those? Yeah, you can, like usual, you can go through the different modes like this. I'll set them up and make sure that they're all good to go before I hit the water. That's it. What I like about the underwater housing, what I like more on a first impression, is that they've included the mounts on both sides. So you can actually use it traditionally in the horizontal orientation or in the vertical orientation like this as well. But then the GoPro Mission 1 Pro also comes with an open gate option. So I don't know how useful this is actually going to be able to mount it in a vertical orientation, but we'll find out. I think it's a nice thing that they've included. Insta360 has started with this on their Ace Pro 2 housings. I think the Ace Pro 2 was the first one that had this. I think it's a good way or good thing that GoPro is integrating this as well. All right, and I think that's it for today's video, really. A quick unboxing, first impression. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And I'm really curious to see what the camera is capable of underwater, how it's going to perform underwater, what the results are going to be. I'll be testing it against my Osmo Action 6 and against the Ace Pro 2, the Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and hopefully be able to deliver some comparison shots to you guys very soon, and also just get some basic test shots with the GoPro Mission 1 Pro in Madeira, and find out whether or not this is gonna be my favorite underwater action camera from now on, or whether I'm going to be sticking to what I've been using for the past couple of months. But yeah, we'll find that out in a little bit. So if you have anything specific you want me to test, let me know in the comment section below. If there's any questions about the GoPro Mission 1 Pro, also leave them down in the comment section below, and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me on this unboxing video here today. And if you don't want to miss any of the comparison shots, the test shots that I'll be publishing here on the channel soon, from the GoPro Mission 1 Pro, then you know what to do. Make sure that you've signed up to the channel, that you subscribe to the channel, and like the video, share it if you enjoyed it. And if you want to learn more about how to create cinematic action camera footage underwater, go and check out this older video of myself next. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon back here on the channel. Take care. See you soon.